We've been exploring a number of inner sphere mechs, looking at some of the mechs that I enjoy playing, asking the tactica, building the checklist. How do we use this mech effectively? And I want to balance things out. I want to pause for a moment, inner sphere, jump over to the clans. I mean, clan invasion is imminent. Exploring some of these mechs, whether you're going to try and restore prosperity and order in the inner sphere, or if you represent the great houses as a Desgra mech warrior, building that checklist I think is going to be very interesting. So the first mech I wanted to start with, and there's a lot of really interesting clan mechs. I kind of want to sidebar into this for a moment. There's a lot of balanced machines with the clan mechs, and they can strike at range. They've got good speed. They've got good armor. They work. But based on the clan tech of better engines, better engine ratings, absolutely better weapons, just with the ER weapons of PPCs and lasers and pulse lasers and things like that, and missiles, that elevates things. And the ability to have the heat sinks, double heat sinks, and some of the other tech pieces in terms of case, targeting computers. What this means is now you have specialized mechs. You have specialized mechs that are absolutely deadly. Absolutely deadly. When compared to the specialized mechs of the inner sphere, an example would be like the Firestarter, one of my favorite mechs, and it's on the list to review. That's a very, very specialized mech in terms of passing the heat to other mechs, burning stuff down, being good against anti-infantry in that type of role. But in that capacity, just based on the limitations of inner sphere tech, it can only go so far. But with the clan mechs and the clan tech, it just gets absolutely insane. And if you've been playing inner sphere as a Battletech enthusiast, once you jump into the clans, it just gets absolutely crazy with the power level. Sidebarring back in, my number one favorite mech that I wanted to start with was the Nova, designation Blackhawk for the inner sphere. This mech is insane. It's a medium mech, 2,600 and something battle value. And that's not a lot for clans. That is not a high battle value. I mean, it's for what it brings. Good speed, maximum maneuverability with the jump jets, amazing armor, can outpace a lot of the light mechs, can keep up with the heavy mechs and the assault mechs. But then when we get to the armament, 12. First glance, you're like 2. No, 12 ER medium lasers with the heat sinks to balance it. I mean, you're going to push it, you're going to overheat, but being able to unleash that barrage of 6 and 6 is crazy. That is a mech killer. That is an executioner. That delivers the final killing blow. And what makes it more deadly is the extreme close-up maneuverability. So let's look at the checklist on how not to use this mech, and how not to use it is in not the most optimal role. You have that many ER lasers, you have range. So you're looking at ER extended range. You're looking at this idea of as you approach, so you've got your star, I was going to say lance, but you've got your star moving forward, and you have a mech with that many lasers that can lay down a constant barrage as your other machines move in. Or, and this is a viable tactic against inner sphere, because for the most part, all of your weaponry outmatches everything else that the inner sphere can put down before they get retrofit. So think about early clan invasion. You could just kind of hang back and plink away. And the inner sphere now has a choice. Well, try and stay back and hit you with LRMs and autocannons, but you're getting outranged, outgunned. Or move close, which gives the clans just free shots. The clans can just dig in, fortify in, get cover, and have you come to them. So it is tempting to just kind of hang back with your clan mechs and utilize the ER lasers from a distance. And you can. If we're playing, but that's not the most optimal way. If we're playing with battle value, you are going to be outnumbered as a clanner. you're going to be outnumbered by those Desgra mech warriors. And if we're playing with Oathbound and Honor rules in terms of issuing challenges, or once you engage a target, as long as it's honor bound, you can't disengage. That makes understanding target priority. And I think it's important to play with that with the clans just to balance it out and for the flavor. One game early on, I'm just used to like shooting at targets and what you give me. And I had one of my summoners where spiders running up past me. And I'm like, I'm going to blast that spider out. I'm going to blow it off. And I shot at the spider. And then I realized, well, too late. You rolled the dice, declared the target, rolled the dice. Now I've issued that challenge. Now I've locked on to that. Now I'm stuck. And so the whole game, that spider's running around, taking my summoner out of the battle. I don't even think I killed it. But from this perspective, you're going to be outnumbered, which means right away, the inner sphere is going to have the advantage of initiative. It's going to have the advantage of positioning. So you want to kill them. The only advantage they have is outnumbered and number of mechs and vehicles and equipment. You want to remove as many mechs as quickly as possible. And it's not that hard with the clans. This is where the Nova comes in. Being able to get close enough to cut down on all the modifiers. So you're running up there, and it's got some speed. It's got enough speed to do it. You're running up there that the next turn, you've got 0 heat. You are not going to walk. You're not going to run. You're at point blank with the ERs, and you're going to unload 12 of them. You're going to blast away and destroy whatever target. The Tactica is working with another mech or two. So essentially, the Nova is an initiative killer. You'd be able to kill a mech or a vehicle or an initiative sync, whatever it's going to be, every single turn. That the Inner Sphere just can't really compete with that. So the Nova wants to pair with some other mechs that are going to be able to deal examples. Vulture's a good mech, where it has range and it can deal significant volume of fire to open up a critical spot on an inner sphere mech. Now, ideally, look, this would be the left or right torso. Center torso does have the most armor, but we'll take an arm because then damage will transfer. We'll take a leg because it'll blow off and damage will transfer. The transfer diagram on Battletech. Having a mech work with the Nova, the long range, consistent volume of fire, open up one of those inner sphere mechs to the internals. Possible crits. Then the ER mech, the ER lasers with the Nova goes in and finishes them off. It's like a 1-2, and it's very, very, very powerful. Where the Nova fails, and it's easy to get addicted to that, where that fails is thinking you've got this many lasers and you're going to go against, say, like an Atlas or an Awesome. I mean, certainly you have the armor, you could take it back, but now you're not, remember, with the Nova, you want to be killing one thing a turn. And unless I really, really focus fire and open up an Atlas or an Awesome to internals, the Nova's not going to be able to finish that off. So I want to look to commit. In terms of replication, this is another advantage why I think the Nova / Blackhawk is a very good mech to play, because Inner Sphere invasion, early invasion, there's nothing that the Inner Sphere can match it with, the clan invasion. Retrofits, really not much of anything there. The only thing that can match it, but it's really not a match, is the Ontaros tank. That's Inner Sphere, heavy tank. It's got a ton of medium lasers on it. Doesn't have the heat issues, but they're not ER lasers. And as a vehicle, battle value is reasonable. You should pick one up for your collection or two. But it's slower. You've got motive hits. You've got facing issues. It doesn't have the mobility of the mech. So that's where I start number one with the clan mechs. And this is one of my favorite mechs for what it brings, because it's so unique. It's so specialized. And working in tandem with another mech, it's an initiative killer. You're going to kill one mech a turn, and that's massive, because especially the Inner Sphere, again, the only thing it's got going for it is the initiative. As soon as that shifts, things just crumble very, very fast.